Hi guys, welcome back to Charlotte's Foliage. What we're going to be talking about today is if you have a special plant that's not doing too well and you want to convert it to just water to preserve the plant, specifically like a plant like a peace lily that maybe you got from services of a loved one or a gift from someone that has gone away. And so what we want to do is try our best to preserve that plant and preserve those memories if we're able to. But don't be hard on yourself if you can't. Just go and buy you a replacement plant. So my dad gave me a plant that was from my mother's funeral, and he did really well with them. He's had three. Two of them weren't doing so well, so he gave them to me. They were in pretty bad condition, so one of them I was able to keep. The other one was, well, let's just say it's gone. I actually have two of the same type of plant, peace lily, that came from the same service as my mom's. And so what we're going to be doing today is taking what's left of the plant that Dad had that didn't do so well, and we're going to convert it to just rocks and water and try to preserve the plant. Right now I have the plant, what's left of it, soaking in peroxide and to get those roots cleaned up, and the roots still look pretty good. I should have brought my scissors out here in case I need to cut any. But yeah, for those of you who are new here, welcome, and for those of you who are returning, thank you for supporting my channel. I hope you guys can tell your friends and family about my channel. I am trying to reach my goal of 1,000. That's been difficult, but I'm not giving up. So please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and the notification bell will let you know when I have videos going up, and you can share those videos with your family and friends. I do see a little bit of root rot here, which means that we're catching this plant in just enough time. And I was able, like I said, to remove some things, soak it in peroxide. So I'm just removing some of the dead leaves, dead roots, excuse me, so we can give this plant the best care. Once I pull back some of this soil and dead roots, you can see the white roots. When you see white roots like that, that means your plant is still alive. Oops. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. And then we'll cut back the dead leaves to give this plant a better chance at growing. And all I did was get me a glass vase from a thrift store. And my husband went out in our yard and got me some rocks. So the decorative rocks can make your vase look nice. And I like to use a clear vase because I can see how the roots are doing. What we're going to do is give the plant a little bit of Super Thrive, which is a nutrient, because a plant can't just live in water only. You do have to give the plant nutrients. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee and we're going to get started. I waited too long to sip this coffee. It's warm, it's not hot. Excuse me. So let's get started. I think because this dish is so deep and the plant is so small, but as you know, peace lilies get really big. We're going to center the plant in the middle of the rocks after we clean up these roots a little bit. That's soil on there. And then I got it in the center, and then I'm going to put some more rocks in here to support the plant, okay? You have to be careful because this is glass. So there we go. I don't know. I don't know how many rocks I'm going to use, you guys. But we got this little piece here. I think I'm going to let it get a little bit more developed before I use that, okay? So yeah, look how that looks so far. All I did was stick it in the center and put the rocks in there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to get some fresh water, and we're going to mix it with a little bit of Super Thrive Remember, this Super Thrive is to give the plants nutrients. Okay, and I'm just going to use a little because we want the water kind of clear. We don't want the water brown. Okay, and you do not have to fill the container all the way up. You just want 1/3 of the container in water. Okay, so let me get some more water here. This is rainwater, you guys. It's good to collect rainwater if you can. And this water's got a little bit of algae in there. It's not going to hurt the plant. Okay, so yeah, now I'm gonna put my Super Thrive in here. I mixed a little bit in this container, and there you have it. Your plant has nutrients and it has water, and it can live, and you'll be able to see how it's doing because you'll be able to see the roots. And this is how the plant looks. Okay, so yeah, you can decorate your plant. We're just going to sit this right here so you guys can see it. And we're going to work on another plant the same way. And we're going to soak this part of the peace lily. It's already been soaking in peroxide, but we're going to wait a little bit and put it in a smaller container to give it a better chance at growth. And I have some other plants I want to show you. I'm not going to do anything with this plant, but I did want to show you that plants can grow in containers without holes in it. So don't let anyone tell you that it can't. You do have to be careful with how much water you give it. But here is an example of a plant growing in a tea can. Okay, this plant started out in a lemonade can, frozen lemonade can, and it grew. So I just wanted you to see this. This is just a can with a cactus in it, and it's growing fine. This plant here, I brought it outside for the summer. It wasn't doing anything in my house. I didn't get any growth out of it, okay? But I've grown this long stemmy part here, and I just want to check it and make sure it's doing fine. I got a few roots coming out the bottom of this pot, but I just want to check it. And I think I'm going to repot it to get more growth out of it because I've got roots sticking out right there. So we're just going to put it in the cover pot. And you can actually mix substrates. In other words, you can mix, here's some pond here with rocks. And it's some pond and leca. You just want to make sure that water can easily move through the plant and not sit in the plant. So that's all I'm doing is taking some pond that I already have, and you can use pond just like you use the rocks to grow your plant in. And that's all I did. I gave it a bigger pot so to have more room to grow. Another thing you can do is you can get you some pebbles, and you can decorate like with white pebbles. So we did that. That's our succulent. It's called a bear's paw, something like that. It used to be variegated, but it reverted. But look how that plant looks so much better with the leca in there. So leca and pond is another substrate that you can use on your plants, okay? This plant is kind of leaning a little bit, so sometimes you can take a rock. Let me see if I got a smaller rock, and I don't think I do, but I'll get one later after we film. And you can put a rock in there to allow that plant to sit upright, okay? So we're gonna put this right here. Now I've got another succulent that I did the same thing. I had it outside, and my husband just brought it in. And there's plenty of water, nasty water in there we need to get rid of. Okay? So yeah, like that plant's sitting in water, and that's not good. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna repot this plant to give it a better chance, okay? It too can go in rocks, or it can just stay in the same substrate it's in. I think that we'll do better with putting it in another pot that's bigger. Give me just a moment. It's a succulent also. Let me see. I have a pot in. I don't think this pot is any bigger than the one that it's in. Okay, but it's all I have for right now. So we'll make it work. All I'm gonna do is keep it in the same substrate that it's in and gently take it out the pot that it's in, because it's really outgrowing. Actually, look at this. Look at the roots, you guys. It's in good shape. So we're gonna prop it right down in this container and then just backfill it. The plant is doing fine, it's healthy. I'm surprised with all that water, but it was from the rain that we had. This plant's been sitting outside. I'm gonna be bringing a lot of my plants back in. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to see. Now what I'm gonna do is that same pond that I put on the other succulent, you're gonna see how pretty it's gonna look on this one, especially because this type of succulent, it looks like the pond itself, the colors in it. All I'm doing is going around the plant and putting a little bit of pond inside the plant, okay? And then I'll show it to you here. I know it's hard for you guys to see me. I need to bring the camera down, so let me see if I can do that. See, this is all I'm doing. I'm just putting pond on top to make the plant look more aesthetically pleasing. And I'll show you that here in just a second. I'm getting these big leca balls out the way. Feels like this chair I'm sitting in is wet. It's been raining, so it might very well be. Okay. And then what you want to do is get a brush, like a paintbrush, and take those rocks that have gotten in the substrate out. It's not going to hurt the plant, but you want it to be able to have room to grow and push out more growth. See that? Look. Beautiful succulent. And it matches the leca. So that's what we're doing today. You guys, you got all these plants here. And if you wanted to use a cover pot for this plant, you still could put it in there. See? And there you have it. We got 2 succulents, we've got a peace lily, and we've got a cactus. Now this cactus already has rocks on top of it, but if we wanted to add more, which it looks like it needs some leca or something on it, we could do that. I have some brown leca balls here to give it a little better color and make it look more pleasing to the eye. You could just take some leca balls and you just put it on top of the substrate that it's already in. It's not going to hurt the plant. In fact, it helps the water push through the plant instead of sitting in the plant. Okay. And I'll just show you here in just a second. I can put a little pond in the back of this. This is a cactus, so I'm trying not to get poked. Okay? Look at that. See? See how pretty that looks now that it has the lac on there? Okay, guys. I just wanted to say thank you so much for stopping back by my channel. And if there's one of those plants that's not doing well for you, I pray that you will take my advice and get you a glass vessel or your favorite cup and put your favorite plant in water with rocks. Give it a little bit of super thrive and watch that plant thrive. Have a fantastic week and keep planting. Bye now.